Back in the days, because back in the days, as a man, you're the provider, and the woman does the chores, take care of the house. But it seems as society is evolving, things are changing.
For most women, the kind of content they consume, it's you hate men, you are better than a man, you can do better than a man, But for men, when I open my page, I'm seeing football, I'm seeing news, I'm seeing different stuff.
Yes, that's true.
You are a product of what you consume.
Yo, Minasan, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Hiko with another Hiko Rich podcast. We have our co-host
King.
And we have a new guest today. Give it up for Golden Song.
Hi niggas, you alright?
We're good.
Yeah, man.
So today we'll be going over a topic that has been very requested. Men and women, they are supposed to be working as a team. But why are we currently divided? Why is social media dividing men and women? So today we'll be rubbing Golden Song's mind to see what he has to say about it. And we'll also share our own input, both me, Hiko, and King. So, Golden Song, why do you think men and women are divided now?
Men and women are divided. It's a really big topic. I think social difference, social media and social capital is one of the things that are really causing so many dichotomies. And some people will also want to date it to religion, which also has its own kind of differences. Some of the Islamic, Christian, and other kind of religions, there's in some religious aspects of some churches, you can't even have a female pastor.
Yes. That's very true. That's very true. Even as at 2026, that's very bad.
In some religion, in some churches, you can't have a female person leading the fold. And even in the Islamic faithfuls, the females can't even, they have kind of special responsibilities that they can't even assign to the females to take.
So why do you think this? Why do you think it's like this?
Why I think this is like this is beginning from the cradle, beginning from human existence.
Yeah.
Everybody felt like men were the first creature.
Yeah.
So then comes the woman.
Okay, so that's basically the story of Adam and Eve, where we took the rib and created.
Beginning that, people felt like, okay, that God has given man
full authority
to take control of the human, the woman.
Yeah.
So, but as things evolve, as life evolve, the female genders begin to push for some equality in the gender.
Yes.
So
that's the first wave of femininity.
And it seems the men are not emotionally mature enough to handle it.
Yeah, you see some men doesn't care.
Yeah.
Some men doesn't care. But some women, some ladies, when we are pushing for equality in the gender, I've seen some tasks that they are specifically created for men.
Yeah.
Like I've seen some jobs that
those like the hard labor
works.
Yes.
That some people climbing on high voltage.
No woman can do that.
High voltage currencies, like trying to connect cables together. Like I've seen some of that, and I've seen where I think the gender equality always often come up is when it comes to financial matters.
Yeah.
When it comes to money. When we want to talk about
I want you to talk more about that. So for example,
when we're talking about the blue collars.
Yeah.
The blue collar job. That's we are equal. We are equal. Men and women are equal.
Yeah. Because back in the days, as a man, you're the provider, and the woman does the chores, take care of the house. But it seems as society is evolving, things are changing. So it's no longer, this is your job, this is my job. It's now more of collaboration, intertwining both the roles that the man usually does and the woman usually does. Definitely, the woman cannot do all the jobs, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
But now, why is it that society as a whole now, they're having a fight? So let's just say social media now. If you go to social media, everybody is like, I'm anti-man, I'm anti-woman. And it's a very controversial state in the sense that if you're in a man's algorithm, it's teaching you how to hate woman. If you're in a woman's algorithm, it's teaching you how to hate man. Why do you think it's like this now?
I beg to differ. When you are in most men's algorithm, my algorithm, we're not talking about mine. My algorithm.
Are you not an Andrew Tate fan? Are you not an Andrew Tate fan?
When you see my algorithm, it's full of things that be teasing, But I think for most women, the kind of content they consume, is you hate men, you are better than the man, you can do better than the man, But for men, when I open my page, I'm seeing football, I'm seeing news, I'm seeing different stuff.
Yes, that's true.
You are a product of what you consume.
Yeah, all of it boils down to social media validation.
Yeah.
You see, everybody wants to create the life that we are living now. The life have moved into social currency.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to build their social capital, their social currency.
Social influence, basically.
Social influence, basically. So everybody, you see any small thing, people try to post online, people try to push themselves on. Even things that they can't, that they are not.
They don't do that at all.
That they can't do it. You understand? People that immediately they drop the camera, they are a separate being from what they are pushing online. You understand? But some innocent minds often take on what is on the social space.
So they are being misled.
So they are being misled by whatever. What I've seen so many people. What they push in the social media, what they push for their social media validation. Oh, this one is a feminist. Oh, but immediately she does that camera.
She's become a traditional wife.
She's a separate person entirely. But some innocent individuals, like he said earlier, men, majority of us really don't care. Some of us.
Let me interject you there. Do you know that there was a period where everybody was Andrew Tate guy, and there was a time when people were gay guys. I'm not talking about you per se, but there are men that are fans of gay.
Yeah.
There are men that were fans of Andrew Tate. And they were pushing those messages.
Andrew Tate, he speaks what we call hard truths. Because I bet you and I dare you to tell me one of Andrew Tate's video that he was capping rubbish.
Okay, why do women hate him?
Why women hate him is because now we live in a society where people are afraid to speak the truth. You stop somebody on the road, you say, how many genders are there? I say, there are more than 2. I say, mention them. You say, well, there's men, there's women, and I'm like, mention them. You cannot. If you tell me there's 7, another person will tell me there's 10. People are scared to speak the truth nowadays. And Tate is someone that's not really scared of what anybody can do. That's why people hate Donald Trump. Because he just comes out and says, you know what? He wakes up today and says, we are doing this in America. And he does it.
Okay, let me interject you there. Now, I am not saying that Andrew Tate doesn't give some valid messages.
He gives basic messages.
But there are some messages he gives that are very... I don't watch him like that.
I bet if then...
Yeah, you see, one thing I want to say...
Calm down. If you cannot categorically say something that he said that is not valid, what you are doing is you are playing to the narrative.
No. Okay, let me give you an example. He was the one that was like, oh, if he wants to change the lady, like the way he speaks about ladies, he treats them like objects. That's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
is that good?
Nope.
Okay,
but
so I am not saying that he did not give good messages, but there are some bad messages that he was sending to the younger men generation, which is what should not be done.
But
that's what I want to say.
Okay, speak.
That's what I want to say. That some men has not taken it like a matter of consideration to speak against the feminists, the so-called feminists. Some people, the feminists have also been pushing so many agendas that some males not take it upon themselves that no, you need to have some pushbacks.
We need to talk because
that is what might have brought up people like Gege or people like Andrew Tate and all of that. You see, like I was saying earlier, so many people say what a separate thing in the social space, and a very, very opposite of it is what they live outside of the social space. And unfortunately, some innocent souls that are actually consuming whatever they see, that really did not really take time to define whatever they want to take in on this, are the ones that are actually being on the being affected.
Yes.
So many people just sit down. And I used to say something. Our phones now are where we take in majority of our informations. People don't sit on their TVs anymore. People don't even listen to radios anymore. But all of our social medias, the Facebook, the Twitters, the podcasts, and all of that are where people get information.
That's the new medium. That's the new medium of information.
Medias at which people get information of how they even live their daily life.
Yes.
So if the set like the agitate that are now possibly having a pushback, to fight against against
I get what I mean.
the feminists, I think they're trying to find a balance. And
okay, let me give you an example. Gege gives a lot of financial. I think Gege started with financial advice. How, as a man, you need to be financially responsible. If you were carrying a shower before, you need to stop carrying a shower.
Things like that. A shower now with baby mothers and that.
He was giving advice, although, like I said, he does not really practice what he preaches, but he was preaching it. Now he got to a point where he was like, if you used to give your girlfriend money, stop giving her money, even if you have it. Like, there was I cannot start counting all the things he said, but the point is that they create a problem when there is no problem. As a man and a woman, the information you should be passing across is, how can we collaborate? How can we move on like a team? Not dividing man and woman, because those messages are dividing people. He could have said, okay, instead of you giving your wife money, you can invest it in her business. I'm not saying he has not given examples like that before, but there should be more collaborative information than siding and splitting the man and a woman into separate places. Because the truth is that Nigeria is a very poor country. Very poor country. And men have more status than the women. It's not like UK yet, where women even has more levels than the men.
These narratives that are being pushed is a worldwide phenomenon. In Nigeria, you're saying it's a poor place, but you can actually catcall somebody. No. Wait, calm down. I'm just picking the point first. Yeah. In Nigeria, you can catcall somebody, and the person can choose to answer or ignore. You can call, hey, fine girl, and she ignores you and continues her day. But here we have what we call a traumatic response that has been fed across people. So here you can call somebody and she start getting social anxiety and panic attack. And she's feeling, oh my God, I've been catcalled. I need to call the police. But in a country like Nigeria, when you can call somebody, it's a daily occurrence.
Okay, let me say something. Now, the world is evolving. Have you noticed that any relationship that the man and the woman are almost the same, they tend not to last anymore? Why? Yeah. Because before, the men thought that the women were objects. As far as they had money, they can control everything. They kept behaving that way.
I beg to differ, because back in the days, before the advent of washing machine and stuff, the clothes need to be washed. The women will take the clothes to the stream to go and, while the men will go and hunt these wild animals. Okay. So you cannot say I'm an object, because I'm the one that's taking care of the home. You are the one going into the hard labor to do stuff.
The point is collaboration.
Nowadays, there's washing machine, there's dishwasher, there's everything. Yeah. So the jobs that women were doing back then, that was very hard for them, now it's been made simpler. The job men were doing before, if you need butter, you need to have to churn milk, If you need meat, you need to go into the forest. Now, with the tap of my card, I've got meat. Yeah. With the tap of my car, I've got butter. Life is easier now. And now people are inventing problems.
You're getting it wrong.
How?
Listen to this. As a woman, there are some basic things they do. Now, not only are they doing that basic things, they're not going outside to work and bring money. Now, as a man, bringing money is not enough. You have to collaborate. The things that you were not doing because you only you had the money, you have to keep doing it. If it's to take care of the children and make sure that they have done their homework, it's not just the woman's job. If it's to make dishes or wash dishes.
Back in the days, it would have been the woman's job.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Like,
the point is collaboration. Collaboration.
You see, things now change.
Things have changed. That's what I'm saying.
Things are now changing, The way we our parents or our older generations see life is totally
different from what people are saying now.
From what we are living now.
True.
So what we should be very careful of what you are going to pass to our own
Next
upcoming generation. You understand?
Because it's very important.
I used to say to someone, a very close person, a very closer old generation, one of my friends that is older, I used to tell him, because I used to say he left his father's house when he was so age, so he's going to make sure that his children also leave his house when they are so age. And I told him, when I heard him saying that, I said, because he left the father's house at that age of yours, he said he left his father's house when he was 21. When he was 20, 21, he already left his father's house trying to hustle, fend for himself. I said, because you lived that life, does not mean that your children and people coming, even 20, 21 children are still in the uni. If you say you want to push them out of your house, where do you want them to go?
Into the streets.
Based on my own personal experience, not that I was pushed out. I left my parents' house when I was 19. And what happened was that the information my parents gave me were so one-sided. I had not seen the world. I was in a cage. I thought this world was good. You know, when you have parents that shield you from the world, they give you the best schooling, they give you everything. So if I had done like that till like I was 27, 28, I would have been fucked. When I was 19, I went for my NYC and my brain was recalibrated because I did it in Lagos. I was staying with my grandmother. I was spontaneous to a certain extent. And I was able to learn like there's some street smart I learned during the way. But so it has advantage and disadvantage. Personally, leaving my parents' house very early is one of the reasons why I am pushing the way I'm pushing.
Yeah, I understand. But I'm trying to say, that person is saying some of the hard things that he had faced in life.
Yes.
He wants his children to.
He basically doesn't want his children to be soft. Basically.
So I was trying to let him know that life, you need to place people on some pedestal.
Yeah.
You need to, because you've passed through some things that are not palatable experience for you.
Yeah.
You must protect the coming generation to ensure that they do not pass through. So when we bring this scenario to male and female, because our older generations, they used to feel like they are the macho man, they are the provider for the house.
They don't show any emotion.
They are not trained to show emotion.
And that is not normal.
They are not born with emotion.
Yeah.
You understand? They were not trained with emotion.
As a man, are we supposed to show emotions?
Their fathers do not have emotion.
Actually, women prefer men that don't show emotions.
No, you see, their fathers did not have emotion.
It's not. So now
life is changed. Life is totally a different thing. You understand? So now I've seen some fathers now that are trying intentional about being present in their children's life. In that you see some of them coming from work, still finding time to go to the school,
following up,
finding time
they care.
But you see, by the time we try to balance those things together, some men are doing some of those things to the very tip of it. You know, there was one story that I read a couple of weeks ago. The man was coming from night shift. He still had to make sure that he shows to his children. He attended his child's inter-house sport. But by getting to the child's inter-house sport, he was halfly present. Immediately, he got a very comfortable space. He just slept off.
That leads me to something. You know, a lot of men complain.
Immediately, he got to that entire spot. You know, when the breeze and the comfort and everything just set on him, the guy just dozed off and was just snoring. He was just snoring. And do you know that daughter that he went there to go and make sure that his presence was there for.
We pissed at him.
On the stage. No, on the stage. The child just said, "Dad, why are you snoring?"
That's it. Let's
thank God for the wife.
Yeah.
The wife understood that the guy was coming from the wife just said, "Oh, that guy is coming from a night shift.
Yes.
He's busy.
He's busy. But
tired.
he's still putting that effort.
You understand?
That is a wise woman.
That is exactly what I'm saying.
You know that thing she did there is a wise woman. See,
what I want to say is, on a normal contest, that guy coming from that night shift or whatever would just have said, "Hey, babe, please take, let's just say Sandra, please take Sandra to her entire spot.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you need to do this? Okay, please, you know, I'll be coming from work. I need to sleep because I'll be going back. The guy on a normal day will just have gone home to go and sleep. He's very, 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 very understandable. You understand what I'm saying? And the wife would have just taken the daughter to her entire spot. Why the man coming from that night shift will just have gone home to go and rest, but did not be firewood.
Normal.
You understand? But because now the society and everything now is pushing everybody to do things beyond their limit, the man had to push himself beyond his breaking point to go and to attend,
be more present.
To be more present.
to be present.
Which is not bad. Which is not bad.
It's not bad anyways, but it's actually present anyways.